It's Tattered. Today's video, we're going to be doing a DMR tier list. So let's get right into it. First DMR in the tier list is the Mark 11, also known as the MK11, which is what it's called in Phantom Forces. The Mark 11 is a low-level DMR with decently high capacity, good muzzle velocity, wall bang, and pretty good damage. The only thing it lacks in is the firing rate. So I'm gonna give this solid B tier because of its stats, and overall it's a pretty solid gun. You should check it out. So that's gonna be the first gun on the tier list. The next gun we're gonna talk about is the SKS. SKS is another low-level DMR in the game. And now this thing is a little bit better than the MK11 in my opinion. I'm going to give this thing a B+ tier, and this is why. I think this is a B+ tier weapon, honestly, because its firing rate is pretty good, and it does a decent amount of damage, and its capacity is very good as well, so you're going to be getting a lot of fast kills with this, almost like an automatic gun. Its muzzle velocity is also very good, and it's pretty low level. On to the next DMR. We have the SL8. Now, the SL8 is one of my actual favorite DMRs in the game. Honestly, I really like how it has a very fast recovery time, mobility, reload, and firing rate. It doesn't do much damage, but I'm going to give this thing a solid A tier because it's pretty low level and it packs quite a punch with 45 conversion. I believe you can also put a long barrel on this, which makes it even better. So that's that. Let's get into the next DMR. The next DMR on the tier list is the VSS Venturis. Now, I'm not really a big fan of this, but honestly, this thing kind of is decent in CQC, but kind of lacks in LRC. Honestly, this is a good C-tier DMR. If you're gonna use a DMR, I'd recommend using other DMRs, but this thing just isn't very good. It kind of lacks in the ammo department, and its recoil is kind of crazy. It also comes suppressed, but on the upside, it does have pretty good mobility, firing rate, and yeah, that's about it. On to the next DMR. Next DMR, we have the MSG-90. The MSG-90 is one I really don't like, actually. Even though it does a lot of damage, it's kind of like a Scar SSR, but way worse. So honestly, I'm going to give this an F tier just because I really don't like the way it is. Its damage is bad. It has a weird recoil. It's wonky. The noise it makes, it's a slow reload, slow mobility. So I'm going to give this thing a solid F tier. Sorry to hate on all you MSG-90 fans, but I just don't really like it that much. So let's get on to the next DMR. The next DMR we have is one of actually my favorite DMRs in the game, the Beowulf TCR. Now, I'm going to straight up just give this an S tier because this thing is just so much fun. The amount of wall bangs you can hit on Metro, and the amount of damage and just firing rate this thing has and power is so much that I just could not give, I could not give it an S tier. This thing is pretty amazing, honestly, probably the best DMR in the game in my opinion, just because it's like all around. It has the stats of all around, all the best DMRs just all around put together, like almost the damage of the Scar SSR put together with the firing rate of the SKS and the MK11. It's kind of a mixture of all those at once, and it seriously is a good DMR. Definitely try it out if you haven't used it yet. It has some cool conversions as well, so you're not going to be lacking in that department. Let's get on to the next DMR. So the next DMR on the tier list is the SA-58 SPR. Now, the SA-58 SPR is one of my all-time favorite DMRs again, besides Beowulf TCR. This is my second favorite DMR in the game, and there's reasons for it. Now, I'm going to give this an A+ tier, and I'll tell you why I'm not going to give it an S tier. This thing is really good, firing rate's good, but it's basically just the same as an SKS, a little bit better, so I'm not going to give it an S tier for that purpose, but everything about this thing is good. Firing rate, damage, mobility, range, except for reload, which is why I gave it an A+ tier instead of an S tier. So let's get on to the last DMR in the tier list. Last DMR on the tier list is the Scar SSR. And now, this thing is very good. Definitely recommend using this thing. And I'm actually going to give this an S tier. Because this thing does so much damage, and the fact that it's basically a sniper and the range it has, and just the damage it deals, and just how good it is, I'm just going to have to say this is a solid S tier. If there was something above an S tier, I might even put this in it, because how good it is. Honestly, this thing is probably the best DMR if you're looking for something with high damage, or if you're just wanting to run around having fun, not shooting too much, just taking a couple shots and killing someone. This is definitely a DMR you're going to go with. Also has a bunch of fun conversions that you can try out as well. It's good in all those departments, except it kind of lacks in mobility and reload, but that definitely makes up with the damage. With that being said, guys, it's going to end the DMR tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.